Hey y'all, this is Eliana with Why Not Redesign. Welcome back to my channel. This week, there is a whole bunch more of you here, and I appreciate every single one of you for subscribing and turning on your notifications so that you don't miss any of my videos. If you haven't done so, I ask you to please do it because this is how my little bitty business continues to grow. So thank you. I'm here this week to speak about something that in this business is not talked about often, I believe. And I'm not gonna give you a whole bunch, but I'm gonna ask you one question. What happens with the pieces that you paint and don't sell? For me, I have been in this business almost 10 years, and I am very blessed to have a retail shop where I actually rent a space at a mall and is managed by someone else other than me. I don't have to be there constantly every single day. The sales are done, and all I have to do is maintain the booth and bring in items, and that's it basically. I also have a shop where I work from, and I have to pay rent there too. I used to work out of my house just until about mid-November of last year. So I need to make money. That's what I'm in business for. I'm not in business to just have pieces laying around in my shop. What happens to those pieces that I don't sell? I am blessed also to be a content creator for several companies, and I have to use colors that are out of the ordinary. I have to use transfers. I have to use molds. I have to use wood you bend, for example. I have to use different things. And sometimes those items are not very popular. I know they're not very popular in my area, and I know that every time that I'm creating one, I'm carrying the risk of, is this going to sell? Some have, some haven't. And so today I'm going to be redesigning two pieces that did not sell. I had them in my shop for a couple of months, and yes, I'm gonna say a couple of months is okay, because I let my creative juices flow and I created beautiful pieces. I thought they were beautiful pieces. A lot of people thought they were beautiful pieces. They were listed on my Etsy and got hundreds of likes. They got favored, and I actually got 3 people to ask me for quotes to send them to them. And after the quote, poof, they disappeared. I don't know what happened. That is very usual also, but they didn't sell, bottom line. And the other piece that I'm going to redo in this video got a lot of views at my shop, but nobody ever pulled the trigger. So was it the color? Was it the transfers? Both of them had transfers. What was it? I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm going to redesign them today, and I'm going to hope that they sell, and that the second time is a charm. So let's get right into it. This is the first piece that I'm gonna redesign today. Cute little cabinet sideboard in a mustard yellow with a red inside, a little transfer on the door, super cute. The top was stained. It has little cute details on it. The legs are pretty, had little cute hardware. Didn't sell. It had hundreds of likes on Etsy, and several people asked about it, but it never got sold. I'm gonna go ahead and scuff sand and clean it well. The paint can be applied directly on. I know exactly how this was prepped, so no primer needed. I'm using Rainwater by Lily Moon Paint this time, which is a beautiful blue, and I hope that this is gonna be the color that's gonna do it, guys. Using 180 grit sandpaper and a coarse sponge. The sponge especially because I want to make sure that that transfer is scuff sanded very well, so that is not seen through after it's painted again or felt through the paint. This piece was at the store for a few months, and so while I know that it hasn't been used per se, I want to make sure that the dust is completely cleaned, so I am using a Dixie Belle product to clean it, and after that I'm cleaning it again with a very clean wet rag to remove all of that product. I'm gonna go ahead and start painting it, and again, this color is beautiful. It's a dusty blue, kind of vintage duck egg, if you will. It's a
gorgeous color, and Lily Moon paint has great coverage, so I know that there's not gonna be coverage or adhesion problems with this, and that's why I was 100% sure that I did not need to re-prime this piece. I'm gonna give this 2 coats of paint for sure, maybe a third one, but I also like to make sure that I get all the undercoats, especially on these pieces that have spindle legs. It's very important, so always remember to turn over the pieces to paint them, if you can, of course. Some are very heavy. Here I am getting ready for the second coat. And the first time that I tried to remove this hardware, it was super hard, and I could not get it to come out. This time I'm trying harder because this is one of the pieces that I want to change, to make sure that it's not something that people are not liking. It finally came out. It left this huge hole where the hardware was. I'm gonna go ahead and fill it in with not only putty but also a dowel. I'll continue to do the second coat and then leave that piece for tomorrow where I just put the dowel in the door. Put a piece of tape to make a line and create a straight line mostly. After I was painting this, I decided that I wanted to stain the top, so I went ahead and put some bonding primer on this so that I can then come back and do a faux finish top on this again, like a wood looking top. But anyways, this is the space where I work at home, so I did a quick cleanup, and tomorrow I'll come back to it. This is my doggy. He's always by my side. Let's get into piece number 2. Super cute 3-drawer dresser in coordinating colors with some stencils, a transfer, colors that can go into any little girl's room. Very pretty design, but still did not sell. So let's get into it again. I previously, or the day before, I had prepped this piece, so I came into the shop the next day and went right to work. I created this color for another piece that I'm not using it on, so I liked it for this one, and I'm giving it the first coat. While that was happening, I actually had a client reach out to me and ask me if I had a piece, and this one actually worked out for her. So her only requirement was that I cut the skirt on it, but I've never done that myself. My husband is the one who's always doing that, and he's off site today. So as long as I keep my fingers, I think I'm gonna be okay. Y'all can laugh, but I was freaking out doing this. I thought, this one didn't work out so well. Let me go get the other one. I brought the other one. This is the other one. I don't even know what it's called. But anyways, I've seen him use this once or twice before because, like I said, he's always the one doing it and I'm never paying attention. I managed to make some cuts on it, and I tried it again and my fingers were out of the way, so I think I was okay. Tried it the other way or on the other side. That didn't work out that so well, so I put it on the floor completely flat, and I was hoping to make just one little extra cut that was gonna take one piece that was really bothering me, and I did it sort of. Anyways, so then I grabbed a tool that I know how to use very well. Thank God my fingers are still on my hands and I can use a sander. And thank God for my Festool sander, because it's a beast. And it made the skirt look straight and amazing in less than 5 minutes. I was super proud of myself.
Wait a minute, you guys. This piece is sold! Yay!
My client also requested that I paint the entire piece, so I am taking off the beautiful finish that I had on that beautiful white wood, bleached wood that I did before. The stencils also had to come off the drawers, but that's okay, no hard feelings. She's going to replace the hardware. Her son is going to do it, which I have no problem with, so I am using Bondo to cover up all the holes, and we're leaving it without drilling them again, which bless my client, because I don't like doing hardware, so I'm totally okay with that. Let's sand the Bondo off. Let's give this another scuff sand and prime it. I used a bonding primer again on that and the top of the drawers over the Bondo. So here I'm gonna give you guys a little pro tip. After the Bondo is applied, sometimes there are little small pockets that are left unfilled, and for this I use Bondo primer filler primer. I forget the way that it goes. Gray filler primer. That's it. Bondo gray filler primer, as you can see right there. I use this because it does exactly what it's saying right now. So if you see those little holes right there, you just apply it, and literally like magic, it fills those little holes and you don't have to use the Bondo again. Now these have to be small pockets, not big ones. If you have really big pockets, you need to use the Bondo again, but this works like a charm. I love it. So these guys are ready for paint now, and I'm gonna take it into the paint booth and finish that 3-drawer dresser. And for this guy, I'm going to go ahead and remove the dowel and paint over that piece on the door, and then drill a new hole. As I'm doing this, I'm also thinking, yeah, I think I want to go ahead and definitely stain this top, but not in the way that I was thinking initially. I'm not going to full finish it. I think I'm going to go ahead and, well, let me just think on this again. Let me go ahead and give it another coat of paint. This is my third coat just to be extra, and because I was doing it for those parts right there that I decided to paint and fix last minute. But yeah, if you all know me, you know how my brain works. So I went ahead and did it anyway. I sanded the top completely bare again, and I'm going to apply a stain, not brown. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do as far as the stain yet at this point. All I know is that look at that wood. It looks amazing. In the meantime, while I decide, let's go ahead and go back to this guy and give it another coat of paint. So I decided to go with Fusion, and it's a beautiful color. This Fusion stain is an all-in-one. I decided to do just one coat and allow it to dry overnight. I believe the instructions say to dry over 9 hours, so overnight will be just fine. I also went ahead and did the drawer sides on the 3-drawer dresser to cover up that pink and make sure there's nothing showing up. I also drilled the hardware, or the hole for the new hardware, on this guy, and a drill is something I can use. So my husband has always told me to start with the smaller bit and graduate to the bigger ones that are as needed. In this case, I used 3, a really tiny one, a medium size, and then the third one is this size or a little size bigger than the size of the screw that I'm gonna use. There it is, perfect. Back to this guy, the drawers are in. Let's give the drawers a coat of paint and the frame a second coat. On the final day, I allowed this to dry overnight, and it came back. There's no residue, it's perfect. Again, Fusion needs to dry for at least 9 hours, so overnight was just perfect. Back to this guy, one more sanding and one more coat of paint, and then top coat for both pieces. I didn't need to top coat that the top on this one, but I decided to go ahead and do it since I only did one coat of the Fusion stain. that stain seals on its own, but this one is light, so I went ahead and did it just for precaution. And 3 coats on this guy as well for extra protection.
We all know what happens after top coat. Let's remember what this little guy used to look like.
Beautiful in mustard and red with a stencil, but now it's beautiful in Rainwater by Lily Moon Paint with a stained top, new hardware, new staging, and hopefully a buyer soon. Look at that beautiful top. It's just perfect. Kind of looks like a wash, but it's gorgeous. The little legs look super cute in this blue. That stained top again looks perfect. Weathered, gray but not, see-through but not. I think it's perfect. The inside got a good coat of paint as well, a little bit lighter than Rainwater, but it's still a beautiful aqua color, just to cover the red to make sure that there was none of that left over. I'm really truly in love with that top. I think it was perfect. And piece number 2 also got a beautiful transformation. There is no more skirt. That 70s skirt is gone. It is now a very transitional piece, very modern with clean lines. I'm super proud of this one because I have never done that before and I think I nailed it. I promise to take some classes from the husband and pay attention the next time that he's doing cuts and stuff with tools, but isn't that what husbands are for? Anyways, this piece is beautiful also. It has clean lines. It has a beautiful color called Suede Blue by Mud Paint, and I think it's absolutely amazing. My client chose that color and I think she did very well. Once again, that straight skirt, or no longer the skirt, simply the bottom trim that is now straight and modern. I'm super proud of this, you guys. Looks super good. Suede Blue is the perfect color for this guy. So let's remember how they both used to look and how they look now. There's the cabinet. Here's the other 3-drawer dresser. Beautiful. Then and now. Let me know what you think in comments. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications, and I'll see you all again next week. Bye.